through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
I left my heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not Tony Bennett. It's actually Rich Little. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Welcome back here to the Manetti Show.
In San Francisco.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I told you.
Unbelievable.
Great
Hi,
Rich
this is Tony Bennett. Don't you wish everybody was?
Oh, my God.
You know, the last time I saw Tony Bennett, I was with my good friend Steve Rossi. You know Steve, Larry.
Yeah, I do.
And yeah, well, we won't go into that. But anyway, we went up to Tony, and Steve said to Tony, Tony, you were magnificent. Well, thank you, Steve. I really appreciate that. I really do. Oh, you never sounded better in your life. Well, thank you, Steve. That's very nice of you. And just a fabulous a great number of songs and great presentation. Well, thank you, Steve. But just think how much better you could have been if you were a professional.
Oh, did he really say that?
Yeah, but it's so funny, though, when you think of it, the look on Tony's face. And then he started laughing, and I thought to myself, you know, if you ever said that to Sinatra, I think it would take a lot of guts to do it. But Frank would fall on the floor if you did that. That's his kind of humor. Just think how much better you'd be, Frank, if you were professional.
Yeah. Well, Don Rickles used to do that, too.
He loved that kind of. That's why Rickles was, always one of Frank's favorites, because Rickles could jab him, and really mercilessly too, and Frank accepted it all the time.
Hey, but Rossi is funny.
Yeah,
I like
Steve Rossi. Him. Well, Steve Rossi's just in his own little world.
That's okay.
Hey, were you at the roast when Sinatra was there and Don Rickles was up, and Frank lit a cigarette and blew smoke in his face, and Rickles said, "What is this, London?" Keeled over.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great. That's typical Rickles.
That is
Don Rickles. hope you jump on your bike and your seat's missing. Anyway, gang.
What?
You know, he said to me one day, Rich, if you could be somebody else, you'd probably want to be somebody different or something.
You are daily.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Rich Little.
He's amazing at his age. Talk about Ernie Borgnine. How about Rickles, though, huh?
Yeah, Rickles is still going strong, too.
And, you know, when you look at those old E. Martin roasts, you know, I keep thinking, well, I was in my 20s when I did a lot of them, and there's only Rickles and Ruth Buzzy and Johnny Winters is still with us, and myself, and that's about it. Everybody else is gone.
It is. Speaking of gone, the great President Richard Nixon, as I mentioned, he's gone, but I think he was a big fan of yours, wasn't he, Rich?
No, I did not go. I did step down, but I took the country with me.
Good. You are the best, just the best.
All right, now
my favorite, of course, was Reagan. I just adored Reagan. Oh, God, Reagan was funny. God, I can remember at the White House many times with Reagan, and I just couldn't believe some of the things he came out with. One day I was there, and he just started to do impressions for me.
Oh,
what did he do?
Reagan did Jimmy Stewart, which I knew he could do. Wall, J.J. Walsh, you know, there's typical. Most people do that, and then he did a little John Wayne, you know, drawls like that, and I could accept that. But when he did Truman Capote, I just about fell over because, I mean, he did a whole thing on Truman Capote, and was so funny to see the President of the United States rubbing his eye and doing his Truman Capote. And I gave him a little joke, and he said, Rich, can I use that? I said, yes, Mr. President. And I remember what I said to him. I said, how about this as Truman Capote? You know, a lot of people think that I wrote in cold blood, but that isn't true. Actually, I wrote in ink.
Oh, my God.
And Reagan said, I'm going to use that. Can I use that when I do my Capote? I said, of course, Mr. President. That is funny. He said, I got to try that out on Gorbachev. And I used to think, could you imagine him doing Truman Capote for Gorbachev and Gorbachev going, what is this? You know, I mean, it would be hysterical to see that.
Now, you got a book you're working on. You going to get a book out sometime this year?
Well, I've got a book that I've written, and it's tough to find a publisher because most of the publishers are in their 20s and they don't know who you're writing about. But
That's true.
It's called Little by Little: People I Have Known and Been.
That's great.
And it's all the people that I've met through my career and everything funny that happened.
That is
with
good.
Reagan and Jimmy Stewart and Sinatra and John Wayne and George Burns and all these people. I mean, I have hundreds of stories of doing the impression for them and funny things that have happened, and I put them all in this book, but I haven't published it yet.
All right, when it's out, it's going to be at bookstores everywhere. We'll find out at richlittle.com. Plus, your artwork is there on the website as well, correct?
Yes, it is.
And your concert schedule, your tour schedule up there. We know February 29th, Lawrence Walk Theater in Escondido, California. We're going to be there.
Right.
That'll be great.
We'll be there.
We'll have you on again to plug it just before we do it.
Yes.
Go out there. That'll be good.
Yeah.
It was a great honor having you, Rich.
Well, it's good to talk to you, Larry. We miss you, and we used to hang out up here in Vegas when you came up and had that room downtown, I think it was, right?
Yeah, I don't remember.
The Plaza.
That room with the
Plaza.
Yeah,
yes,
the Plaza Hotel.
Oh, is that what I thought it was in the
Yeah.
cell?
No, we
But
had
it's a good
we
place.
had the celebrity brunch there.
All right, the great
Yeah.
Rich Little.
That's right, the celebrity brunch, exactly.
Right.
Let us know when you're getting married. We're going to send gifts, Rich, too. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, you're going to send gifts?
Yes.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting married now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Rich Little.
We love you, Rich.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Oh, we all want our dogs to look good and feel